On your marks, get set, go. 30-minute counter started. Good morning, Bitcoin. Today is Tuesday, June 9th, 2020. My name is Thomas Hunt, and this is the World Crypto Network. The price of Bitcoin was up 0.38% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 9,721, a high of 9,876, and a low of 9,577. That's $1 for 10,286 Satoshis. Volume's about normal for a weekday, with 3,188 Bitcoins changing hands. The market continues to lean margin long, with 85% of the market heading that direction. Bitcoin dominance is at 65.68%. And now, here's the news. Bitcoin price volatility hits 3-month low. Bitcoin's price undulations became the calmest in 3 months on Tuesday, as volatility revisited levels last seen ahead of the Black Thursday crash on March 12th. The fledgling cryptocurrency's 30-day volatility has now fallen to 40%, the lowest level since March 6th, according to blockchain analytics firm Into the Block. Meanwhile, 60-day volatility declined to 52.18, its lowest since March 11th. Bitcoin volatility is low. Fiat faces Bitcoin flattening as COVID-19 says M2 supply over 18 trillion.
There is an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
Wild coronavirus responses by the Federal Reserve have vastly inflated the U.S. dollar money supply just when Bitcoin cuts its supply in half again.
There is an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
But we all know that anyway. Australians, New Zealanders can now use Bitcoin in vending machines. Vending machines operated by major Asia-Pacific soft drink bottler and distributor Coca-Cola Amatil will now be accepting payments in crypto. This sounds like a great idea. You wouldn't have to accept credit cards, the potential for information and theft. You wouldn't have to accept coins or bills and have to pick them up. Post-pandemic, the case for cashless retail payments is stronger, and that case is strong in Bitcoin. Luxury yacht or a Snickers? Bitcoin beats gold in $1 comparison. The latest analysis from Willy Woo shines an amusing light on gold's performance as investment over the past 11 years. A $1 investment in Bitcoin in 2009 would buy you a luxury yacht today, but $1 of gold would only buy you a chocolate bar. And that's enough of that. Oh, we can't read Bloomberg anymore. But if we could, we would say Bitcoin's recent rally may have run its course. Technical show. Bitcoin fans have been heartened by recent rally, but a technical indicator points to a potential slump ahead. Based on the DVAN buying and selling pressure indicator, which depicts bull and bear trends, Bitcoin fell below the trend line for the first time since late May, suggesting the coin may be forming a new selling pattern. The world's fledgling cryptocurrency sees resistance at $10,000, and any drop will likely first test 9,500, which would be a 2% retreat from current levels. Bitcoin billionaires movie to tell Winklevoss Bros crypto story? This is obviously what we've all been waiting for. Also, it's Bill and Ted's 3 Day, by the way. We're talking about the Winklevi brother, but we could be talking about Bill and Ted's 3. Go check out the trailer for Bill and Ted's 3 after this show. It actually looks pretty good. The plot sounds all right. Meanwhile, Stampede Ventures, a production company owned by ex-Warner Brothers president Greg Silverman, has partnered with the Winklevi to produce a movie about the Winklevi, as portrayed in the best-selling book Bitcoin Billionaires about the Winklevi. They could be co-producing the movie along with John Berg, known for his DC movies Wonder Woman and Aquaman. We'll keep an eye on this. Obviously, the Winklevi would like to get revenge after being featured in The Social Network as empty, pointless rowers who lose the Facebook idea to Zuckerberg. Dun, 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 dun. The price of Bitcoin is up a whopping 0.27%, almost the same as being flat, with a last of 9,725. That's $1 for 10,283 Satoshis. Check out the World Crypto Network audio podcast. I updated it, but it's not showing the updated episodes. Refresh the page over and over again and demand updated episodes from the World Crypto Network audio podcast. Check out the Treasures Don't Float shirt on worldcryptonetwork.store. We've officially sold at least 2 of these, one to a friend and one to someone randomly on the internet. We did it. They even sent in a picture of themselves wearing the shirt. It's on Mad Bitcoin's Twitter. It's all over the Twitters. It's the most popular and famous image of anyone wearing a t-shirt on all of Twitter. But you can get your own Treasures Don't Float shirt and support the World Crypto Network, all for like $20. He said it kind of fits a little tight. It's one of those comfort tees, so I think it's going to be the soft kind, so I don't know how well it's going to look on our fantastic overweight physiques, so maybe get a size up. But check out Treasures Don't Float at worldcryptonetwork.store. We've still got 23 minutes left, and now here's the news. Don't mention the virus in the title of your video. That's a good tip. You're going to get less views. No one wants to hear about the virus. Everyone thinks it's over. They'd prefer not to hear about it. Let's move on. Chain Analysis now supports Dash and Zcash. Weren't those anonymous? I thought Zcash was all about being anonymous. And they're bragging? They're happy that they support Zcash? I don't get it. Protests continue. Check it out from Australia. Black Lives Matter. Fill in the streets. And you can't tear gas them all. That's in Australia. Australia protests supporting Black Lives Matter. Defund the police. Everyone's having a fun time redefining and trying to retake over the slogan, defund the police, because obviously we can't just take their funding away, because what would happen? Oh my, so on and so forth. I watched a fantastic documentary yesterday about Bruce Lee, surprisingly on the ESPN app or the ESPN network. It's called Be Water. Check it out. Bruce Lee. Shocking. Well, I guess I didn't know. Maybe everyone knows, but only lived to 32. Died just as his big film was being released. You think there'd be like 100 Bruce Lee movies and it would be amazing, but there's not that many. But a very interesting story about Bruce Lee on ESPN. Be Water. Check out a Lightning Network honesty box. It's in Uckermark. I'm going to say Germany somewhere. And because they have Honig instead of honey. But you can get your Honig, Honig for Engineer Inkenrai. I don't know what any of that means. But Honig for honesty, I suppose. And right there, they've got one of those Bitcoin terminals that Ben helped them build and helped everyone build. And you can just pay with the Lightning Network right there for honey. And then you can just take the honey. Pretty cool. Still got 20 minutes left. Got to move ahead faster. PJ Vote. This is basically the summer where America had to sit in its room and think about what it's done. And it seems we mainly thought about institutional racism. That's right. The answer was institutional racism. And let's be clear, and this is from Seattle, I think, they were very well aware that they were gassing a city council member. Nice to see it from Seattle. Oh, these were great interviews from the protests. We don't have a lot of time this morning. I do.
Man,
We go.
I feel like everything that's happening was supposed to happen.
What do you mean?
Everything's inevitable. This is how people are actually feeling. Yeah, how I feel about it? This is the way about it going? No. But is everyone perfect? No. What I'm trying to say is, everyone feel like that. Everybody feel like that. That's all I gotta say.
Everything lit, man. I love when it's hot, man. You feel me?
We will be heard.
So I wanted to ask you guys, why do you feel like people are criticizing the building burnings?
Because they don't know.
They don't-
They privileged.
they're not-
They ain't feeling
They don't
this.
care about the humans. They don't care about black folks.
This is temporary, okay? This is temporary shit. This is our future we stand up for. We making history right now. Our ancestors lived through us. They lived through us. And we gonna cause a scene. We will be heard. Y'all don't wanna listen, you gonna feel us.
And fuck Trump. He trying to shoot us, man. You see that?
He calls us thugs, and we're out here living through hundreds of years of discrimination and a bunch of stigma that we face every single day. We tried peaceful protesting. We tried every different direction, and this was our last resort.
Fuck the police.
Fuck Trump.
I don't really have anything to say other than congratulations on your deal with Absolutely.
Fuck the police. Rest in peace, George Floyd. It's not up to me anymore, but I'm here and I'm trying to protect people. Had shit under control for a little bit. Shit got out of control. Station caught on fire. Obviously, things caught on fire. And the National Guard is now here and they're gassing.
Did you get gassed?
Yeah, I got gassed pretty good. I got rubber bulleted a few times. Yeah.
Damn, did that hurt?
Fuck yeah, it hurt, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. I'll take a million more.
So in your eyes, what is the final message of all these protests?
Complete police reform. 4 convictions is not enough. 4 convictions is not justice. Complete police reform now.
How do you feel about this, man?
Dude, it's fucking necessary. Shit needs to happen, for sure. It's just gonna keep happening until those other pigs are fucking locked up. It sucks to see our city burning, man, but it's also, they're fucking finally listening to us.
MLK did peaceful protesting, and
That bill,
what did that lead to? He still got assassinated.
They took him for granted.
My nigga, I'm talking to the guy from All Gas No Break. This fucking land.
Fuck those other media outlets because they're gonna try to portray us in a bad light by only showing what's going on over
This
here.
is the
At
only
the end
way
of the
we
day.
are heard. This is the only way we are heard. Actions speak louder than words, bro. Fuck all that talking.
Appreciate you guys, man. Take it easy, bro. All right.
So what's going on, man? What affiliate do you guys work for?
We're with Care.
Hell yeah. Are you guys allowed to interview people?
Yeah, we are.
Person?
Yeah. Sorry, we're about to go on air here, so I gotta.
This how I feel about it. Dude was on handcuffs, and he should have had his knee on his neck like that, bro.
Yeah.
You wrong, bro.
In your guys' eyes, how long should this go on for?
They got to do something with him if they want this to stop. Manslaughter ain't nothing.
Hey, if I had my man in the white man neck with 2 of my motherfucking niggas holding his legs, come on now. Fuck the fire, nigga. That nigga need to die, Joe.
It doesn't really make sense to me, to be honest.
How come you're here?
It's just, I don't support the looting and the fires, I'm just supporting the cause. I can't do anything to help it.
What do you mean?
either. Like, I wish I could put this shit out right now, because, like, Target I don't care about because it's a big corporation, but, like, all these small businesses, it sucks.
Run, y'all, as fast as you can.
I think we're just causing enough chaos to get attention. You know, we want this shit going countrywide. We want the person with no sense to their name to have enough word in this world to change it. We're gonna do that, one way or another.
I just think what people are doing here is ruining the whole point of this. The media is going to pay attention more to the crime being committed with the looting rather than the anger and the injustice. Trying to stop people from doing that. I think there's a right way to protest, and that's peacefully. We saw that many times with the Martin Luther King demonstrations, and those marches, they were known for their peace. And I think our generation has something to learn.
Fuck that. We tired, homie. We tired of that punk ass shit.
What if we gave them back their white sheets? The racist pigs. What if we gave them back their white sheets? What if they left in white sheets? What if I had my nigga neck for 11 minutes?
What do you think would happen?
I think shit would change. It should have started with Mookie Mo. It should have started with Jamar Clark. It should have started with Philando Castile, but we were peaceful. So now we're to the point to where we're so fed up that, you know, it may not ever stop until we get the right convictions of all four.
We want all 4 cops to get the same charge.
Man, I appreciate you listening and giving us a, you know, an outlet and a platform to speak how we feel, bro.
Shout out to All Gas No Brakes. Check them out on YouTube. All Gas No Brakes. Fantastic. From the protests in Minneapolis, live on the street, what the people are thinking, interviewing them directly. Fantastic work from All Gas No Brakes. Check out the New York Times when 511 epidemiologists expect to fly, hug, and do 18 other ordinary activities again. Bad news, I think hugging is pretty much out. Shaking hands is very out. A lot of them, let's see, 64% won't bring in the mail this summer without precautions. 60% would, let's see, activities they might. Okay, so 64% would bring in the mail this summer. 60% would see a doctor for a non-urgent appointment. 56% vacation overnight. 41% would get a haircut. So this summer. So that's not very good on the haircut or barber shops. They're not thinking that's worth the risk. Let's see. They don't say dentist specifically. That must be under doctor. So there's some risk there. Oh, well, we got to keep living. But check this out if you're curious. They've got all kinds of statistics. This is from epidemiologists, disease masters. There's 12 minutes and 51 seconds left on the timer. Let's get going. This is Seattle last night. Looks like Mad Max, Blade Runner, End of Days. These must be those bicycle cops. Remember, they were using the bicycles as part of their non-lethal wall and their non-threatening riot control. Now they're riding the bicycles through the tear gas. Dun 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 dun. I know, that's what I was thinking. Ride of the Valkyries. Here's the honey station in action. You get your honey. You pay with lightning. Bam, right there on the little box. How much lightning do you want to pay? You type it in. Box has a little screen. There you go. That's the way you do it. There it is right here. Dan at Ed Willie has the very first Treasures Don't Float shirt in the wild. Let's check it out. It's pretty amazing. He says the t-shirt looks and feels great. Runs a little small. Love it. So check it out. Shout out to Dan. Dan's got the Treasures Don't Float shirt. Woo! That's pretty cool. Workers with welding helmets appear to be fastening tall posts onto the ground near 11th and Pine Street this morning in Seattle. This picture is from the shot of a live stream right now, so it looks like they're putting up a fence. Another fixed fortification, so you know exactly where they'll be. If they like the protesters staying in one place, they don't wait till they realize that the protesters can move around. Yeah, that's right. You can march around. You can go anywhere you want. 2 years ago today, Anthony Bourdain passed away. He was funny. He was curious. And in person, he had a razor-sharp wit, ready to drop cultural references high and low like a string of word bombs. He was more than just a chef. He was a character on TV. Check out some Anthony Bourdain shows if you haven't already. Shout out to General Bytes. They're using batching on their transaction to save money. They have output queues. Coinbase took them years to develop this feature, and now they're offering it to ATM operators. So you need to upgrade your software, and you can use output queues to save money. The WHO is reporting that asymptomatic transition of COVID-19 is rare. This means that it was mainly sick people spreading it to other people. So we really do need sick leave. We really do need health care for all so that sick people can stop spreading it when they're sick, so they can stay home and so they can go to the doctor when they're really sick. Here's the police popping all 4 tires on a car. Their car had been stranded, and then now the police are just making sure that the tires have lots of air holes in them. So the police are just letting out the tires there in Minneapolis. Nice work. Abolishing the police is both more cost-effective and more safe than keeping them. I think that's where the argument should start. Andrew Yang says police departments have received more than $5.1 billion in surplus military gear. It's one reason many departments feel and act like an occupying force. Got just 9 minutes left. Trump and his photo op talking about it. Let's see. Hertz went bankrupt, and now it's trading higher than when it went bankrupt. So there's something wrong with the stock market. I don't know what's going on over there. Keep an eye out. Check it out. In France, on D-Day, they have the children go out to the graves of soldiers who died in the invasion and rub sand from the beach into the letters of their names. Beautiful, isn't it? No one knows about this, but they do it every year. So classy. Check it out. You can get the brand new, straight out of the box Bitcoin hats. These are stitched. These are the hats you want. Check out at KNOW Bitcoin on Twitter, the Bitcoin hat guy. I ordered up some hats. British people, this is a nightmare. Hold on to your hats.
Hot tea
30
or
seconds.
British tea. So today
this is how she makes British tea.
So fill our mug with water. Put it in the microwave. Set it for a minute. Pour the milk in.
Oh.
Drop your tea bag in.
No.
Add the sugar.
Oh.
Give it a little stir. And that's how you make hot tea.
Oh, that was awful. Oh,
Hey,
oh my gosh. Oh, that was a declaration of war, as they said. It's an act of war. We've got 8 minutes left on the news. People are bored with COVID, but 6,000 people died with it already. Check out the Burr meme. Brad Mills did some research, and it goes back to the 1800s when Lincoln issued greenbacks to fight the Civil War. You can see the Burr money printer there on the left, and all of the special interests laughing at how great it is that they're going to print more greenbacks. And finally, we made it to the top. Let's see. President Trump. Here we go. The 75-year-old man. I could play the footage again, but we all remember he walked up to the police lines. He looked like he was going to talk to the police or ask him a question. They pushed him down. You can hear his head go crack on the ground. His blood comes out of his ear. No one checks on him. No one provides medical care. They walk by. This was in Buffalo, New York. Here it is. Trump says on Twitter again. Buffalo protester shoved by police could be an Antifa provocateur. 75-year-old Martin Gugino was pushed away after appearing to scan police communications in order to black out the equipment. OANN, I watched. He fell harder than pushed. Was aiming scanner. Could be a setup. Really, I know it's. I mean, that's this is a real tweet from the President of the United States this morning at 5:34 a.m. Pacific time. So I guess around 8:30 East Coast time, June 9th, 2020. It's really hard to say any more than that. But yes, the president believes and is spreading this belief to his people that the 75-year-old man who walked up to the police line was really an undercover spy with scanning equipment, aiming antennas, and that he fell harder than pushed, that he took a dive on the cement, a dive so well planned that red blood came out of his ear. He had a concussion. He was taken to the hospital. He was pretty much in a coma. Like, I don't know the man's medical history, but you saw the video. We played it over and over again. Now you see the response. Are we not in an upside down world? Right is wrong, propaganda, pure madness, fear, and loathing all together in one. Just one more time. Greatest hits. You got to do the best ones. Buffalo protester shoved by police could be an Antifa provocateur. 75-year-old Martin was pushed away after appearing to scan police communications in order to black out the equipment. OANN, I watched. He fell harder than was pushed. Was aiming scanner. Could be a setup. So again, your crazy uncle, your neighbor next door, the guy you know from down the street. It could have been a scanner or a police scanner. He fell harder than he was pushed. It was a setup. Everything is conspiracy. It's all against me. So yes, echoes of Nixon, complete madness, just complete depravity, just the bottom of the line here. We've reached the end. You thought that disinfectant and bleach was bad, but now we're going into the depths of pure madness. As PBS reporter Yamiche Alcindor writes, President Trump is now accusing Martin Gugino, the 75-year-old white man pushed to the ground by police in Buffalo, New York, of faking his fall and being a member of Antifa. Gugino is a member of 2 nonprofits and part of the Catholic worker movement. He doesn't seem like an Antifa radical. The elderly man remains in the hospital as the president claims he fell harder than was pushed. Check out Bill and Ted's 3 online. You can watch the trailer. I want to lose my ad rights. Check out CPG Gray, not the Confederate flag. I've always referred to as the Confederate battle flag, and CPG Gray goes into great detail showing you all the variations of the Confederate flag and how this one became the most popular. Check out Las Vegas. It's open, but it's empty. Casinos, airports, streets, still empty. There's a little bit of action, but not that much. People are staying home relatively. Check out the airline industry, heading for an $84 billion loss. According to the coronavirus, as Max Kaiser says, this is great news, amazing news for stonks. We were hoping for bigger losses, but $84 billion will do. Bye, bye, bye. So that doesn't make any sense. The stock market continues to go up. However, everything else keeps going down. Check out our demo of Bitcoin hardware wallets. I tried OpenDime, Ballet Crypto, Shift Crypto, and Trezor. Which ones do you like best? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks to everybody for giving us a thumbs up and a share. We've still got 2 minutes left. I thought we would run out of time, but the counter is very tight. Check out Trezors Don't Float, the new shirt from the World Crypto Network at worldcryptonetwork.store. Check out the podcast. I updated it manually. I dragged and dropped. I clicked. Spreaker, horrible interface, terrible software. Still, we managed it so that you could have live day before, day yesterday podcast. Today is Tuesday, June 9th, 2020. My name is Thomas Hunt, and this is the World Crypto Network. The price of Bitcoin is, well, pretty even, up 0.2% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 9,719, a high of 9,876, and a low of 9,577. That's $1 for 10,288 Satoshis. Volume was about normal for a weekday, with 3,160 Bitcoins trading hands. The market continues to lean margin long, with 85% of the market heading that direction. Bitcoin dominance is at 65.69%. Check out the Bill and Ted's 3 trailer. Also watched a great show this morning called Movies That Made Us on Netflix, behind the scenes of Dirty Dancing. I didn't think it would be that interesting, but then it was. I've got a dentist appointment today. That's really exciting. So I had to do the show early, and I had to do the show briefly. Turns out there wasn't even that much show, and I still got to play All Gas, No Breaks, fantastic compilation of interviews from the field, including interviews and shots from inside a burning and looting Target. Wow, that was exciting. Check it all out right here on the World Crypto Network. You can even rewind and watch it again. Audio podcast coming soon. Thumbs up and share. We're out of time. Oh no, we're out of time. Until next time. Bye-bye.